do not.
Why are you lying to me?
He was short of money. I was very busy. He'd fill in for me every other week.
Fill in?
Crosswords. I said the crosswords. Peter was always very interested. Really, I'm very sorry.
Which newspaper? Which newspaper did he set the crossword for?
Evening Standard. The last one he set was printed the day after he died. That's done it. Terribly sorry.
Clarence?
Really? Yes.
Sorry?
Though his glare may so far be a little dim, let us pray Mr. Madden will guide this rudderless ship, namely the hour. There is only so long that one can wait. One can only hope for a better tomorrow. Joan?
Freddie? You don't like me, do you?
It's not personal. You went to a minor public school in...
Sherburn.
Not so minor, then. Where you excelled at cricket, rugby and fives. I bet you...
Head boy.
In Cambridge, where everyone hoped for a first, but sadly you partied more than you should. Met the right people and had a ball. Your parents were naturally disappointed, but what's an upper... lower second? Third? Still, you had fun.
Indeed I did.
Whereas mugs like me slaved away at a second-rate university with very little of what you call a good time for a paltry, unrecognised first. Most of it in a haze of misery, but I digress. Then... No, I'm not sure what happened then, but probably...
Welsh Guards.
You've seen service? Oh, God, you've got a medal. 2. Absurd. So, after victory at the D-Day landing, you came home, looked about you, and set your sights on television presenting. You started at a small regional station, possibly Manchester?
I was on the sports desk. Occasional outside broadcast.
But your wife didn't like the...
People.
So she got on the phone to Peter, and before your poor, insignificant producer could say, "Hey, Al, kid, how did that happen?" He's watching you in front of your very own TV programme. While he, despite 40 years of loyal service, is stuck in Manchester crying into his beer. As I say, it's not personal, I just don't like privilege.
God. You're a snob.
We can't use this, we have no footage. No, it's got to be Egypt, Egypt, Egypt. There are furious anti-British tirade playing continuously on their radio.
For weeks now, until you have something to break, we can't run it as a story yet. Freddie?
Abolition of hanging. Second reading in the House of Lords this afternoon.
You'll take a camera?
Mm-hmm.
Right, anyone else? Thank you. Anyone else? Time is ticking, we're cutting it fine, as ever.
Again, Nasser, Egypt.
Thank you, Licks. We have 1 day to go. We don't have a programme
The
yet.
premium bond story worked. Macmillan's backing it.
We could use the footage of the labour strike. Having it a bit fine, but...
Brilliant. And what question would you put to our Chancellor if, say, you were to interview him, Hector?
Preferably the right one. But please do feel free to intervene, Mr. Lyon, a man of your impressive record. Any pointers you could throw my way?
I still say we go with Egypt.
No, I think Hector's got the story. It's what's of interest to the man on the street. Licks!
Isaac's got a very good piece, haven't you, Isaac, on...
Smokeless fuel. Life after the Clean Air Act.
Remarkable. Think you can manage that, Hector? Interviewing the slides of Irish bog?
Don't know, that depends. Perhaps if I'm given the correct questions and they're less provocative, more succinct, I wouldn't find myself grappling to find a decent interview.
I will not have you squabbling like this. You're like children. You're like bloody children.
Is anybody actually listening to me?
I am not your mother. I am not your nurse. So just grow up. All of you, just grow up.
I'm sorry. I can't work like this. Excuse me, Clarence.
Sorry, Clarence.
The hour is like watching the car you've always dreamed of, being driven by a man who's never sat behind a wheel. Telegraph. Your job is to ensure Hector is prepared, because you are not on the front line, Freddie. Hector is. Bell tells me you're working on another story.
It's not ready yet.
Rudderless?
At least they didn't say it was because you were a woman. Perhaps they haven't noticed it yet. Don't make me regret my choice, Belle. Auribus tenere lupum. Grab the wolf by the ears.
You all right?
Absolutely.
Is there a single bloody phone here that works?
No, we're between the BBC Home Service and Johnny Morris in priority, apparently.
He's mine. The World Service sent him up. He speaks Arabic. No harm in being ready. Monitoring is sending through the transcripts of the Egyptian broadcasts. I need someone to be able to translate. My man in Alexandria, well, he does his best, but it's schoolboy Arabic.
Luke's has got a lackey.
When you have a president of a Middle Eastern country angry with half the Western world, buying arms off the Soviets and whipping up crowds in Alexandria, chances are Egypt leads. And Westminster's getting a little edgy. Tu ne penses pas?
Find him a desk.
I'm sorry.
You are unspeakable, Freddie. I am your producer. You absolutely cannot talk like that in front of Clarence. It's not just you and me. What's wrong with you?
I could, of course, bring up your obvious attraction to Cary Grant, but ignoring that, which I won't, because you are, quite frankly, out of your mind.
I'm not listening.
Slick. Mediocre. Snug.
I stopped listening at mediocre.
Why did you not even consider me?
Because you're too goddamn ugly.
This is when you reference my brilliance off camera, my essentiality.
Not a word.
That without me,